Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, Lascelles Anungu.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm in the building. Thank you for joining me here on episode, I always forget this, 256. Wow. Look, ladies and gentlemen, this was the first day of trading for the new year. I hope you guys enjoyed your families over this recent break. I hope you have your list down of some things you want to get done, some goals you might have set. All right, and I hope that includes making money on the stock market. I mean, that's why we're here, right? That's why we're here. Great day on the market today. We had NASDAQ hit 7,000, close above it. Always a good thing. Industrials, up nice. Up nice overall. We had Amazon come out, said that they sold over 7 billion packages through their Amazon Prime service. They're taking over, folks. I mean, retail is dead. Retail, is on its last legs if this government continues to allow them to do what they are doing right now. I told you right last week, and I've been telling you for the last almost 2 weeks, Amazon is the Death Star. Who's in the chat room right now? Stock Boy, James Cade, Mr. Lloyd, what's up, man? Stan the Man, Random Stock Run, John Rambo, Life for a Business, Stock Diva, hello. Joel Kraft, Levitive 9696, you say you took 1,100 in profits, USCI, that's what's up. I told you got that USCI, man. People were sleeping on it. Those who weren't profited. 206, Mr. Lloyd, I think that's you. What's up?
Yeah, man. I'm looking at that Q chart that you have up, and Happy New Year's to you, brother.
Happy New Year's to you too.
Go ahead.
No. Besides the Q chart, I mean the leveraged Qs, TQQQ, the leveraged one, did even better today and been doing even better the whole year. But go ahead and tell us what you got about that.
Well, here's the thing, man. We've been talking about the Qs since we started playing options, and I mean the emotional roller coaster that the Qs has taken us on. It is remarkable because you're looking at looking at it at hindsight right now.
Yeah.
I wish I would have just stayed in there or bought a longer kind. I think you even mentioned it.
Absolutely. I mean,
just imagine, sit on it.
Yeah. I mean, think about it, Mr. Lloyd. Imagine if you had went in there with, one of those March calls back in January, and then every 3 months you were in it with a monthly call, that was not necessarily, I mean, even if you went in the money or just a little bit out the money, I mean, all you really had to do in hindsight was set up a great moving average and then just kind of follow it along the chart, But hindsight is always 20/20 though. It is hard.
It's hard. It's hard, especially when you're. I mean, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I think buying a longer time frame option does help. But the problem is that I don't feel like I made as much money on like that price line option I had for January 2nd. Here it is, the first of the year. That shit moves up $30. And shit was just like struggling along. And my option expired, I think, January 2nd. I can't remember. But I ended up selling out beforehand. But the thing of it is that it's really hard to keep my emotions in control. Regardless of who Tim Sykes or Billy Bob on YouTube tells me, it's it's so hard. And I mean, I've been trading almost a couple of years now, and I still cannot get an understanding of how to get those emotions under control.
Yeah.
And I'm a little disappointed in myself this year, man. And I'm gonna just be honest with you. You know, even though I had a lot of wins and losses, it didn't equate to some of the. I mean, I'm at a loss. I'm seriously, you know, when I looked at my what do you call it? The commissions for a TD. It's almost like 10 grand.
Damn.
And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck did I, it didn't amount to anything, you know, going in and out, trying to day trade options. And so, you know, I mean, I lived and I learned, and, you know, if I had the money that I had when I first started out, man, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. You know, if I had 50,000 thrown it on the table for 2 to 3 minutes at a time, I'd be good. You know what I'm saying? Because
Absolutely.
you can make $600 in 35 seconds.
Yeah.
So you know, my New Year's resolution is not to trade when you have, you know, severe problems. And like I told you before, I got that discrimination case coming up on February the 7th and 8th, and which is taking 5 years to get here. So I think once I get over that hurdle, man, I'll be able to focus. But it was really difficult to trade when you know you got shit to do. Right. And I don't know about you, when you have obligations, you seem to lose track of you know what's important. And anyways, yeah. So that's my thing, man. And you know the reason why I didn't do the Qs in that long time frame, because shit, we all thought the market was gonna crash as soon as Trump got in.
Yeah, that was the expectation. But again, you know, in hindsight, I didn't understand. I didn't understand what deregulation really meant in the grand scheme of things. You know, I didn't understand what he meant by we're going to take away these rules, we're going to make things simpler, we're going to lower your tax rate. I mean, I've heard that all my life, you know, following politics. But to actually now see it, now I really get, okay, this is how it affects business in America. So I get it now. And it was a learning lesson, and it's cool. And I think a lot of people finally understand what that really means.
So here's the thing. You see where the chart has been, where it's been since July till now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have enough courage to put in a March call for next year and feel confident enough that it's going to continue in the same direction and not get scared when it makes one of those dips?
You know,
do you think you'll be able to hang on?
Honestly, you know, I don't think so, man. I don't know if I go far out now. I mean, nobody wants to be buying at the top, and I totally get that. But you still have the tax plan out there, which is supposed to be a stimulus to keep it going. Some people say that we're already at the top. I don't know, with today's action, that's hard to fight against. But I don't know, man. I mean, that's just still a difficult question. I mean, you could have very well had answered, you know, had a tough time answering that question a month ago, even 2 months ago, you know?
Right.
So I think as long as you're on the right side of the moving averages, I think why not take a position? And if it goes against you, then, you know, you're proven wrong. But right now, as long as we're positive, take the risk. I mean, that's why we're here, you know? Right.
And I want to give a big shout out to Robinhood, man. Robinhood finally broke the barrier on options. Yeah. I'm so thankful that they finally come out with a platform that is going, and hopefully it lives up to it, and you can get the contracts that you need, but unlimited contracts without a cost. I mean, hell, where Robinhood at, you know, a year and a half ago when I'm spending $80, you know, on contracts.
Yeah.
So, and now they come out with this shit. I'm like, well, damn, TD needs to give me my money back. You know, now TD's probably going to lower the prices and stuff, and so. Yeah, man, it's been a hell of an adventure since I started trading with you, and you know, I feel like it's getting easier for the newcomers that come on board, because the shit that I had to go through, either the people ain't around no more, or just the shit just don't exist, and the prices are getting better. So, but other than that, man, I mean, I'm gonna sure invite you out here once I get this breakthrough, man. So don't worry, your invite is coming. Okay.
There it is, man. Appreciate it. Thank you so
All
much,
right.
man.
All right. Thank you, brother. Have a good day.
Yes,
All right, thanks. Bye.
indeed, man. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd. I'll be right out there. Just let me know. Just let me know. I see Stock God, Bat Scientist. Shout out to all of you guys. Happy New Year to you and your families as well. What's going on, Ben? Well, I think Dash has the biggest potential to replace Bitcoin. I don't know about Dash. Is Dash faster than Ripple? Is Dash faster than Ripple? I think it's Ripple long term. That's why we're seeing a dip right now in Bitcoin. You got people starting to take advantage of some of these altcoins and really understanding the technology. They're understanding the technology. They're seeing some of these altcoins are bigger. They're faster. I'm saying bigger, but faster. And they're moving their money to them. They're moving their money to them. You know? You got to understand, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, it was all about MySpace. Who's on MySpace now? That might be a similar change that we'll see going on in cryptocurrency where, Bitcoin was just that thing that was first, but people end up moving on. All right, so let's keep it going, guys. I announced PRED. I'm going to make a video about that later, so I'm not going to beat that up too much here on the show. PRED as my stock for 2018. We're hot. I think I was kind of surprised at how much people, were taken by that. Shout out to everybody who jumped in. I'm not concerned about the ups and downs, but I'm telling you guys right now for 2018, that's going to be the stock you're going to want to be in hindsight. 919, you're on the air. Bad Scientist, I think that's you.
Correct, sir. Happy New Year. How are you doing?
Happy New Year, man, to you too.
Yeah, I spent the last 2 weeks frolicking in the South African savannas of Zimbabwe, so good to be back home.
Yes. Always good to see family.
Yeah. How's your trading been going so far?
Well, I mean, I'm enjoying the break, but, right now to already be starting 2018 on a good footing with my call USEI from last year, and then already with PRED gains and across-the-board gains in marijuana. 2018 is off to a good start, so I'm excited about what the future holds.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Started the year really nicely today with a 1,500 gain in VGZ. That's a gold stock. I actually got into it. This was a 2-week swing trade, so before I left the U.S. for Zimbabwe, I bought it around about 62 cents.
Okay.
And I knew going home I wouldn't have access to my account, but I knew that, gold being down as it was, I just decided to throw like 15 grand into that. So, I left it at 62. By the time I got back Friday, I sold it for a 10-cent gain, but essentially I made 1,500 off of a 2-week swing trade. So very excited about that. But having said that, I wanted to bring to attention. I wanted to bring to attention a candlestick signal pattern that I've talked about maybe a few times on the show, but it's really, really a high probability trade getting into when you see this candlestick signal, and this is the bullish belt hold. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's a very bullish belt hold. And on the Bulkowski website for candlesticks, he talks about it. It's a pretty high probability candlestick. So let me give you an example. I just spotted one right now because these are kind of like unicorns for me, because I look for the perfect setups and then I try to get in the next day with confirmation. CCCR, so this is one of the Chinese plays.
Okay.
And I just found the perfect setup. I like going from a very low RSI. Okay. I always try to trade bottom up to mitigate my risk to the downside.
Absolutely.
So if you can see that candlestick pattern that you see right on the daily chart. See how it's a green candlestick that starts from the bottom, so it's almost like it gaps down, but then the full body of the candle forms as it comes back up to the previous day's price. If you can see that.
Got it.
So that is a bullish belt hold. Those of you following me on Twitter, if you guys can find me these signals, I would love to find them. They're so hard to find with this type of setup. We're talking about an RSI of 25 here with a bullish belt hold. Notice 3 or 4 days ago, those two candlesticks you see with the long lower wicks. I think it's 1, 2, 3 days 4 and 5 in the past.
Yeah, I see them.
Notice how those lower wicks, and you've talked about that, Sal, many a time, where the wicks actually determine where the limit of the price is. So with the lower wicks, you're basically establishing what the low is. So essentially, the bears are driving down the price, and then the bulls say no. We won't accept that price and drive the price back up, creating a lower wick. The opposite happening, on the top of the chart where, the bulls are trying to push it up and the bears bring it down, leaving, long upper wicks. So these are long lower wicks. Notice where the bottom is. And then today, with this bullish belt hold, it started essentially where those two lower wicks began, and the price was driven back up. So this is really establishing the bottom of the chart. And I know, they say you can't preempt or you can't predict where the bottom of the chart is. But if anyone can find these bullish belt holds, I implore you, if people don't want to trade on them, I would love you just send me any chart that has this particular pattern, because in all my trades and all my back testing and analysis, this is a very, very reliable signal to get into, particularly coming from a low RSI position. The other example I have of this is CBS. So this is a more expensive stock.
Okay, CVS, the drug company, right?
No, CBS, like the TV station.
Oh, CBS. Okay, there we go. Okay, gotcha.
CBS, yeah. Right. Charles Bravo Sierra.
Now this one has definitely a larger, more convicted candlestick for today's buying action.
Correct. But notice how. Let me see. Do you have that chart? It's CBS as in, okay, there we go. Yeah, sorry, with the delay. So this one is another bullish belt hold, not quite at the bottom, the low RSI position, but this would be perfect for those, either if you've got a very large position, 10K, 20K, 30K, or if you're going in for call options on this. As the stock becomes more expensive, you obviously need a higher position size to make considerable gains, or you can go for call options. But there is another example of a bullish belt hold, and we can, let's follow these two tomorrow and see what happens. Let me make a disclaimer and say this is not a day trading strategy, obviously. This is for swing traders. So maybe you're trading it, day one into day two, or you are trading it over the week or over 2 weeks. You're really trying to maximize, your gains from the bottom to the top. So, that's all I wanted to bring to everyone's attention. That candlestick signal is called the bullish belt hold. And obviously, if it's a red signal coming from the top, meeting the price at the bottom, at the top of the chart, that would be a bearish belt hold. Yeah. I haven't really studied the bearish stocks, or the bearish pattern for this, but because I tend to be more long biased than a short bias. So, that's the bullish belt hold, and I'm going to be looking for these patterns for the whole of this year, and going in big on these trades, because I found that this works a lot of the time. And once again, because you're coming from a low RSI position, your risk to the downside is a lot lower. So let's see what CCCR does. And if anyone else, like I said, can find any more bullish belt holds for me, whether you want to trade them or not, just send me whatever you find, and at least I will trade them. So, yeah, and wishing everyone a very successful 2018. Thanks again, Sal, for all that you're doing. And yeah, I guess I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you next time, I guess.
There it is. Thank you so much, Bats, as always, man.
Sure. Thank you, Sal.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate Bat Scientist so much. Let me give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I can always count on Bats to call in and just kind of slow us down and take a little bit more of an analytical approach to the chart. So I appreciate my brother so much for doing that. I did find a nice little drawing of his setup here, the bullish belt hold. You can find this on Google. I just did a quick Google image search on bullish belt hold, and it popped right up. I'll post it on my Twitter, OTC3000. If you're not already following me, follow me. I posted that video on Pred. That Pred, literally went viral on several different blogs. Shout out to everybody who's been retweeting that video. Ken, I know you're also one of those people. Thank you so much. But this is basically the setup. This is basically the setup on a bullish belt hold. Obviously, if it was bearish, it'd be the opposite. But this is the bullish belt hold. Again, I'll post that on Twitter, but you can, of course, email me, support@freestockpicks.com, or if you have my other email address, happypennystocks@gmail.com, I can send you this picture right here. But again, it's a quick look up on Google image, and it literally pops right up. All right, so let's keep it going. Yeah, that's a great drawing. That's a great drawing explaining what it looks like. Great information. All right, and we'll be keeping track on CCR and CBIS. All right, right now at 59.17. Yeah, 59.17 CBS. 845, you're on the air. What's going on?
Good evening. This is Ken. How are you? Happy New Year.
Ken. Appreciate it. Happy New Year to you as well.
Happy New Year. I don't know. I don't know how long the show's been going on, but did you mention Pred? It was. It made a nice move of 41 cents today.
Yeah,
20
we
something
talked
percent.
a little bit about Pred. I'm really excited about it. Obviously, I mean we're hot right now, so I expect a maybe one more day of an opportunity that you're going to get it at these prices, because I honestly don't see you having the opportunity to get back into Pred below this price moving on after this week. And that's just based on the news that I'm seeing here and the research that I've been doing on the executives and their backgrounds. Something is really going on here, and I've been convinced by some of the big wigs who have contacted me about this stock. These people love me because I'm basically doing what they used to do a long time ago, but now with obviously different technology and with a larger reach than they ever could have imagined. So these people are like, hey man, you gotta be on top of this stock right here. And I'm grateful for that information, because I'm seeing the positive things that are developing, and I really hope the market and people who are watching this see it as well.
Yep, it's just been an amazing run so far since a week ago when we were at 90, and now we're at $1.99, and it hasn't been like it's been going up nicely, filling and going back. It's not like it's not based on air. It's moving. We got 86% in 2 days. 86% in 2 days. And look, I expect people again to be able to get into this stock at maybe some lower prices, maybe in a day or two, but that's the only chance you're going to get. That's really the only chance you're going to get, especially once this company really starts to, pull back the curtain and let you know what they've really been doing. I don't have all the information,
But I'm thinking this company may actually have a cure for endometriosis. I keep jacking up the name of the damn disease.
And why would 4 people from Pfizer join the company? I mean, it's unbelievable. The management team, and that's one of the biggest things with penny stocks, and is the management team that runs the companies. Because we know 98% of penny stocks are scams, but it's no scam.
Yeah, something's going on here, and I don't want to beat it to death because I'm going to talk I'm going to talk about this all year. I'm going to talk about this all year in some way, in some capacity. But we got a lot of days ahead of us. PRED is the ticker for 2018.
Yes, thank you. Just another one that I thought was interesting is the oh my God, what was that? I mentioned that to you earlier in the day. What was it? It's a Bitcoin stock, so that should perk everyone's ears up. The Bitcoin is still really hot right now.
Yeah. We had I saw the news this morning. There was another company that came out and said that they were a Bitcoin play now. What was that?
It's WEYL. WEYL is and there's a big short in the stock. They announced a partnership with blockchain technology developer of token platforms, and they're doing business in Asia. A new market maker came on the stock today. The volume's increased. The stock's made a nice move already over the last few weeks, but I think it's going much higher. I think you see $7-8 a share in the next few days. It's at 540 right now.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be a nice move. I mean, from the 540s. And yeah, you're not too overly hot too. So there's definitely an opportunity to play the breakout here, which didn't happen too far back. I do love seeing the volume coming in on Wayland, and this definitely looks like it's got some potential. It's got an insanely low float too.
Yeah, that's nice. That's good.
Yeah, that's a very, very good thing. That's a very good thing.
Thanks. A couple others I wanted to mention. This is just more FCX, Freeport FCX, another up day. It's getting kind of monotonous on this one. It just keeps going higher and higher and higher. Yeah. And I mean, the material stocks, FCX, U.S. Steel, it's nice to see them up big on the first day of the trading year because you oh my God, is there going to be tax selling today and they're going to go down? No, they went up on good volume.
I mean, why are we seeing this though, Ken? I mean, do you have an explanation of why? We're seeing moves in companies like U.S. Steel and Freeport McMoran?
They were saying on Fast Money tonight, CNBC, regarding in Asia, the interest rates. The interest rates are starting to go up in other parts of the world, and rise in interest rates. That's good for commodities. Okay. And basic materials.
Okay. Excellent. We'll definitely keep a track on that.
And the economies are growing around the world now. Market's doing good.
Yeah.
So hopefully it continues.
Absolutely. And we got a cheaper dollar, too, last I checked as well.
Right.
So yeah, that should help things. And that's what I've understood to be a boom for stocks like Caterpillar, a stock that I've been following. Well, Caterpillar, a slight down day today, but it'd been on a tear for about a week and a half. So, but Caterpillar looking this stock is insane
it's amazing
for what it's done like all year. I mean, I remember buying Caterpillar at about 93, 95 on a spread, and I mean, it's been incredible 2017 for the stock. I'm looking forward to a great 2018 as long as we have and continue to have a cheap dollar.
Yeah, that is key. Yeah. So, exciting times. It's just
Appreciate
great.
it. Thank you so much,
Ken.
Ken.
Enjoy your evening. Thanks.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Ken for the call, man. Appreciate it. Thank you for calling. All right, let's get to my lightning round, which is most of the show. So go ahead and give me your tickers. You guys know what the call-in line is. If we miss something, 305-600-2896. Let's get to your tickers here. I see SHIP. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Put your analysis in the chat room if you got something to say about it. Nice doji here on SHIP. I see the doji here on SHIP, but give me the catalyst here. Why we got to be excited about it here? You got a lot of support here at the $1 mark. So I mean, unless they're gonna drop some news here, I do like the fact that you got a lot of support, multiple day support here on SHIP. But when I look at the industry mover, which is Dries, we broke. If you guys remember, we've been following this. Set up, the wedge. It broke the wedge and found a way to kind of try to come back, and it's been doing that. 5% gain today. This is the stock that moves the sector, in my opinion, when the sector goes crazy. And dries are still fighting. I know it's got an insanely low float. So those days of, dries bleeding to death are virtually, they're over. They're virtually over. DRYS still fighting. Still fighting. What's going on, Money Bags? Kenny Dutton. What's going on, Cali? MJNA. Yeah, marijuana has just been, on a tear. On a tear. Do you guys see CANN? We'll pull up that chart here in a bit, too. Medical marijuana up 13% today. TRTC is probably my favorite. TRTC is my favorite. It got, a little bit too much today. We hit as high as 57 cents, pulled back, closed at 45. Ladies and gentlemen, I posted this on my Twitter account as well. There are only 49 retail applications or retail approved licenses to sell marijuana in the state of California. TRTC owns 3 of those licenses. They have 2 active locations and then 1 under development, which I believe is already licensed. So they're already making money. You can look up, $sign TRTC. You see the long lines wrapped around the building. They've got, of course, retail operations out in Vegas, as well as, I want to say, Colorado. Do your research on that. But TRTC is on the ground. They're making bank. They're on the ground. They're making bank. It's going to be a great week for them. We're going to see how, all of this black that's going to hit their revenue line in California. It's really going to change the game for them. That's why I do have a $2 price target on TRTC. But I think we'll blow through that. 414, you're on the air.
Hey, Sal, how's it going, man? This is Cali.
Hey, what's going on with you, bro?
Man, I was out of the game there for a minute. I took a hard hit. I'm all crying out, but I'm back in the game, man.
Hey, it happens to the best of us, man. And I give you props for admitting it and then saying, hey, I was out for a little bit, but now I'm back to do it all over again. So a lot of guys don't come back. And you'll be surprised that you're a better trader for the fact that you blew up an account.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I had to go back and reevaluate what I did wrong. I had to do my homework,
Absolutely.
So, but no, I just want to share with the chat room. I don't know if anyone. I was typing it in the chat room, but I found this amazing app that helps me. It's night and day. It's an app called Trader Trainer. It's on the Play Store. It helps me. I don't know if about anyone else, but it helps me tremendously learn candlestick patterns. It gives you great practice. It's real stocks. You don't know what stock it is, though. You don't know what the ticker is, but it's like a previous ticker, something that ran in the past, and you can control the speed of how fast it goes, and it'll give you very good practice on dip buys and when to jump in or when to jump out instead of, the regular speed of stocks.
Yeah. Okay, so is this a free app or is this a paid app?
Oh, yeah. It's free on the Play Store. I just found out about it a couple days ago. I've been using it, and man, I've been making. Well, it gives you like $20,000 of play money,
Okay.
paper trade.
Okay.
And I didn't more than double it already. So it's ridiculous how much money I'm making off of just paper trading. Because I can see the spikes better when I can control the speed of it before it actually happens.
Okay. So I'm trying to see how is it benefiting you? Like, are you is it like a pattern recognition kind of helper?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can put indicators on it. The Bollinger Bands. the MACD, stuff like that. And especially with the MACD, I can really see it. I can see when it's going bearish, and then it's just up and down. It's just so much easier. Yeah. It's night and day difference for me. I don't know if anyone else can benefit from it, but I most definitely can, and I would like to share it with the room. I highly suggest you just practice with it. That's all it is. Just easy, free practice.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it, man. You got any tickers for us?
Oh yeah. I got one. I paper traded CBIS this morning. I made like 2,100 within like 25 minutes.
Okay.
It was super easy.
Now CBIS, you're talking about CBIS, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. CBIS up 11.5%. We already know cannabis is hot right now. Strong volume on the stock today. It's been on a tear right now, so nice gain on that stock today for people who are already in it. Get a little tight today. I mean, this is a spinning top candlestick right there. So we're getting to a point where buyers are going to have to make a decision. But right now, a positive day on CBIS. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and another, probably the biggest one that I've seen in marijuana is buds. I don't know why it's moving, but it's up $8 already within a few days.
Well, yeah, this buds is another OTC stock, marijuana play that's got an incredible, light float and awesome share structure. It trades so well. As you can see here, increasing volume in the stock. So the word's really getting out about BUDZ. And, people are excited about it. I mean, the stock's up over, it's 250%? Hold on here. Yeah, that's about 250%.
Yeah.
In the last,
unbelievable.
About a week and a half. Good God. BUDZ, nice move for that stock. But as you can see here, it's topped out now. Just be careful on this. I wouldn't buy anybody out of the stock here if you're looking to go in long term. Wow, this has had an incredible move. Look at that, man. I got to give her the ka-ching on this one.
I know.
Let me, incredible move on BUDZ, man. Awesome.
Yeah. That one, I've been watching those three. What was the other one? Oh, POTS. POTN.
Okay. Yeah, POTN.
Yeah.
This is a company I worked with early on in the year. They said, man, they called me up. They said, Sal, all we need help with, if you can get us another penny on the board, we'll thank you so much. This company, it ended up going from a penny to like 6 cents a share. And it basically floated to that level, for several months, actually. Since June, we got it to that level. And they moved on, did their own thing, came out, said they ended up having a $1 million in revenue. And then now with, marijuana being what they're doing, POTN explodes now 18 cents a share. You can only imagine. Again, we had this at a penny, POTN.
I just had one more question too, because I paper traded this a while ago. It was NETE.
Okay.
Was NETE?
Yeah, NETE.
I paper traded that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello. Oh, okay. Yeah, I paper traded that. It was 18 cents about 4 or 5 months ago, roughly. And it did a reverse split and got up to like $5-6 in one day. And I paper traded that and made like 83K in one day. No, I'm sorry, in 3 days. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
And I'm wondering when a reverse split happens, do you actually get that, or is your shares like diluted?
Yeah. So your shares actually get diluted. So. No. Actually, excuse me. You actually lose capital because, you have fewer shares to work with. So, I wouldn't say you lose money per se, but it becomes shark bait for a lot of shorters, and I just don't like to be in that position. But look, I know you're in a situation where you're paper trading, so it seems really easy right now. But I'm telling you right now, don't get overly confident. Once you figure out that you're comfortable, come back into the market. Don't go heavy because right now you're probably really excited about getting back in with real money. Take it one day at a time, and I think things will look out for you, bro.
Yeah, that was that was my thing. I was paper trading, seeing all these crazy gains, making 2, 3, 5,000 in one day, and that's not really, that's not realistic every day.
Absolutely. I'm
But
glad you realized that, man. I'm glad you realized that. But hey, man, I gotta keep the show moving. I appreciate the call. All right.
Okay. All right, Sal.
Thank you, bro.
Happy New Year.
Yes, indeed. Happy New Year's to you too. Happy New Year's to you too. Got to keep the show moving though. More tickers, more tickers, more tickers. Again, I can go through marijuana all day. I mean, the gains have been insane for the guys who have been willing to just kind of throw balls at the wall and just say, hey, this is a game changer for America. This is a game. I mean, this was something that was illegal for over 300 years in our country. We're so far behind when it comes to understanding what the marijuana plant is. So besides retail, we've got a lot of ways to go in some of these MJ biotech plays. We're going to really finally, get to the bottom of how this plant can really, help us as human beings. All right. So it's not just the retail stocks. It's some of the biotechs, which, haven't been moving as aggressively as the retail plays, but it's catching up. It's catching up. Here we have OWCP. Nice move today, almost 40%. All right, that's a MJ Biotech. So there are a few MJ research plays out there. I think CVIS is one of them. Wow, that's been moving way more aggressively than I thought. CVIS, nice move on their part as well. Yeah, pot stocks across the board. Across the board. All right. Don't buy too high. You don't buy too high. Some of them are a little out there. Some are a little bit out there, but again, some of my favorites, Kush Bottles, KSHB. I thought we'd get a pullback. No way, sir. What is that? SRNA. Another one of my favorites, SRNA. Beautiful day on that one. MCOA as well. Another one of my favorites. So, I mean, they're going. They're going. They are going. Absolutely. SC Trucker says, everybody remember to take those singles. That's what it's about. The $100 here, $200 here. I know everybody loves to post the $3,000, $4,000, $10,000 day. I get it. The Federalist, absolutely. Absolutely, I do remember. Absolutely. NVDA, let me look at NVDA, which I have on I have NVDA on a paper trade at like 180 something. Just because I wanted to see if this was going to really come back. And sure enough, in hindsight, yeah, that was an incredible dip buy opportunity. Those 195 calls that I saw here at 183 that were literally going for below $1 have they're literally up over 400% since the beginning of December on NVDA. If you do your research on that. Absolutely, a tear right now. And I think NVIDIA is going to be going higher for 2018 unless we see, something disastrous come out. Their technology is the future. Their technology really is the future. So when I see somebody talk about a 220 call or $200 call, which you could have bought a week ago and you've been sitting in getting close to in the money here. You would have been sitting on some really nice gains, by the way, if you took that position a week and a half ago or so. But NVDA going higher for 2018, no doubt about it. Moneybags, you said Pred 500. Yeah, we'll see what it does tomorrow. See what it does tomorrow. But I like Pred for 2018. Love it for 2018. So I don't think buying Pred anywhere at all right now. You're going to be in the money this time next month, the month after that, month after that. Understand what they're doing there and really, pull up the news and see it for yourself. Do research on the disease. It'll make sense to you. MYHI, I know that's not the one you're talking about. Mountain High Acquisitions. Good Lord, what is going on? Up 98% today. Do your research on it. Not sure what the underlying business is here. Obviously, I do see here some cannabis news releases, but that's a monster.
Monster kill.
That's awesome. Up 98% today. MYHI. Stock is up over 400%. Stock is up over 400% in the last week and a half. See, people sleeping on these OTC stocks, man. Can't keep going to sleep on them. You know, I remember starting my show. Oh my God, you're doing a show on OTC stocks? Oh, those are some of the most horrible companies. Okay. FTPM. What's going on with FTPM? OTC stock lottery pick. We talked about this one last week. Saw a little bit of movement today, but other than that, still in the triples. But hey, USEI was in the triples. Now look where USEI is. All right. FTPM, FUTL's lighting it up. Let's see FUTL. I know FUTL moves better. Yeah, there it is. FUTL moves better. If you can pull up FUTL, it moves a lot better than that other one. They have another one too. They have another ticker. FUTL has Future Land, and I think they have like a Future Farm or something like that. I did the research on it last week. I don't want to go digging on it again, but they've got another ticker on there, and they got like a Future Farm. Yeah, there it is. It's gonna piss me off not to pull it up again. What is it? FFRMF. Yeah, Future Farm Technologies. Future Farm Technologies and Future Land. I believe they're connected. Sports betting is next. I talked about sports betting last week. We're waiting for the Supreme Court to decide on that. But that's next. Just like we've seen a lot of these companies come out and say, hey, we're going into crypto, we're going into Bitcoin mining, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see a lot of these companies that right now nobody cares about that are sitting shells. You're going to see some of these private, investors put something together, reverse split into them, and all of a sudden you're going to see a new grouping of OTC stocks that are involved somewhat in sports betting. Obviously, for the safer place, the MGMs of the world and the other casinos, Wins and all those are going to be, of course, your go-tos if you're looking for safety and security. But don't sleep on the OTC side as well. Let me see here. PWEB, Pacific Web Works. Don't know anything about this one. Don't know anything about this play. 305-600-2896, enlighten us. Mike Tyson just bought a weed farm. Oh, I mean, tell Mike Tyson to buy one of these shells and reverse that company into it. I haven't understand why more celebrities don't get personally involved in, running their own companies, publicly traded companies. For example, I think like LeBron James should have a publicly traded company. Like all these years in the NBA, why doesn't he have, his own management company or some shit like that? I know Shaq tried to do something a couple years ago, and I think guys like Tim Sykes really came hard on him about it, but I think it was some kind of scam or something to that effect I remember hearing about. Said a clean shell can't clear paper for 2 years. New CEO. John, what are you talking about, John? What ticker? John A. Which one? The PWEB? New CEO. All right. It's John Rambo updating us on PE or PWEB rather. New CEO. Clean shell. That's what I like to hear. Snoop Dogg has a weed spot. Mike Tyson should buy an ear repair company. That's hilarious. Let's talk about AMD. Let's talk about AMD. Is it a buy here? You tell me. You tell me if AMD is a buy here. We said 940 was support, and it's done pretty well since, looking like it was trying to go back there and break that. But now at 1098, those $9 calls from the beginning of November look, very nice right now. And AMD, look, it had a better, had a better 2016 than it did 2017. But tell me a little bit more about the company. Tell me a little bit more about the company. Where are they at when it comes to artificial intelligence? Where are they at when it comes to self-driving vehicles? I don't know what's going on with AMD. That's the problem. I mean, when you say AMD, what are they doing? I know what NVIDIA is doing. They literally put out, articles and news practically every day. CNXS. Yeah, this was the Mike Tyson Bitcoin stock. They went ahead and signed Mike Tyson to a kind of promotional type deal where they're using his name through a license, of course. But nothing really came out from that. Float is ridiculous on it. And look, they're just gonna have to dry up some of those shares because it's gotten ridiculous on that one. Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous on that one. DJ Younglove, thoughts on CPVNF? Capital Venture Europe. You tell me about this, my man. Not much volume going on here. So you tell me about it. Looks like you're trying to put a new stock on the board here, but tell me about it. I don't know anything about CPVNF, Capital Venture Europe. You tell me about it. All right, 305-600-2896 is my number. What's going on, Stock Z? ELTP, thank you for bringing that up, Joel. ELTP came out this morning, and they basically announced that they got an FDA approval on a drug that they had submitted, for approval almost 5 years ago. And here's the thing. It moved the market, but you didn't see the excitement you typically would see on a drug approval because they had already gotten the drug approved through a subsidiary. So I don't understand why that was still out there. They put it out there. It made the stock move, but it's nothing to buy on for the most part. It's nothing to buy on for the most part. They're already licensing the drug through other companies. It's already been for sale. Sales are about 2.5 to 3 million a year. So it's not a big mover for them. But still made the stock do some things today. All right, BRBURG. Let's take a look at it. Somebody give me a stock. That's going to give us at least 30%. OTC stock that's going to give us 30% within the next 30 days, and it's not an OTC. It's not a marijuana play. Somebody give me a stock that's going to give you 30% from today. That's not a marijuana play. Not including my pred. P-R-E-D. That's what I want to know. B-U-R-G. Yeah, this is that marijuana company. Is this a marijuana play? Oh, no, it's the Bitcoin. Okay, it's the Bitcoin. All right. Okay, we got guys bringing up. Okay, these are the tickers I want to pull up. There we go. ATTBF. Let's take a look at it. All right, you're getting us in there kind of high. ATTBF. You're getting us in there kind of high, up 32% already. That's what I'm asking for the whole month. You got it today. On ATTBF. Now, if it's going to keep going, let me know why. All right. What else you guys put up there? Puro. I talked about Puro as a buy last week. I talked Puro as a buy last week, and Kenny Dutton, he tried to come at me because literally the day I talked about it, I think like 2 days later, or maybe the next day, it sold off. Kenny, I hope you're still in Puro, Puro. Puro. A lot of people sleep on my advice, man. They be sleeping on some of my shit, man. I'm telling you, I mean, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, when I got gray hair, people are going to be like, God damn, this motherfucker was on it, man. Puro. Nice play looking back in hindsight on Puro. Relative, you talking about ABQ. Let's take a look at it. Not that one. Hold on. ABQ. Used car dealership. Yeah, barely any buys here, man. I don't know what's going on with that. I got a caller, 503. You're on the air. What's up?
Hey, it's Al. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with 503 from Oregon.
What you got for us, man?
Hey, you were talking about a stock that was not a pot stock, and one I've been looking at is called Find, F-I-N-D.
F-I-N-D. Find. Findex.com, is that correct?
I think so. They do EcoSmart digital flooring.
Okay.
And I think that this thing's ready to start moving up. I think it's kind of found its bottom, and I think that percent you're looking for in the next 30 days, I think that's realistic for this one.
Yeah, I do see where you can definitely get that impression from. You got a nice volume today too. What's bringing the volume in Fine right now? I mean, I do see here wasn't necessarily the most popular stock. But you got a lot of volume, unusual volume today. What's out about this company right now?
I think it's just about energy and the future of lighting and stuff like that, and basically construction commodities and stuff. And energy is kind of big right now too.
Okay. All right. Let me see. FIND.
Yeah, mostly I've just been looking at the chart, and it's kind of making that triangle that usually kind of represents a breakout. Mm-hmm. And so I'm looking at what's possible here, and it looks like if it could break past this slightly over a penny, it could start going on a drive.
Yeah, I mean, especially if it holds this volume too. I mean, you got 1 million shares traded today. That's not something that this stock does every day. Average is about 296. So I got to figure out what the excitement is here. But yeah, if that holds, sure. I mean, this could definitely go a lot higher. I mean, it's been there recently, as far back as this time last year. You were looking at a 3-cent, 4-cent stock. So I don't see 0.015 being out of the question. Just got to figure out what's going to take it there. But appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, man. We'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Will do. Yes, indeed. FIND is the ticker he's talking about. Right now, the penny a share. Man, I'm going to write that down, too, just to keep my eye on it. Just keep my eye on it. Because he sounded like somebody who knew a little bit more than it was up because of energy. You know what I'm saying? Game recognizes game. Find is a software company. Got it. Kenny Dutton, you said you're in Puro? Okay. Yeah, game recognized game. AMLH. Let me see here. AMLH. American Leisure Home. Okay, so I feel like I'm not. Oh, so they did. Okay, great. They did retire some debt. All right, great. So the dilution, that's what I need to know. I need to know if, this company is finally going to end its insane death spiral, that it's been going on. So they retired some debt today, but let me know when they decide to retire some damn shares. You know what I'm saying? Some of that damn float. Good Lord. Let me know when that happens. Let me know when that happens. All right, let's go back to those tickers you guys were posting. Don't post Roku. You know Roku pisses me off, man. Roku is just, I hate losing, and I took an L on Roku. What else you got in here? Which, by the way, Roku, I believe they're gonna have a disastrous quarter. So I can't wait till earnings season, which is not too far away. They're gonna have a disastrous. So I'm looking to make a good revenge call on Roku very shortly. LQMT. Let's bring up LQMT. If you guys remember, Liquid Metal Technologies got on everybody's board back in 2012 when they announced that they got a deal with Apple. Nothing ever came from it. But traders everywhere, OTC traders everywhere anyway, memorized LQMT. And it became a favorite to trade. Guy in the board said it could be up 30% for the month, possibly. From where it is, here. Okay, so we do see some. Looks like it's sold off pretty aggressively from some recent highs not too long ago. It could be a great dip by opportunity. Do your research on it. AMLH, where's my favorite pumper, Astrid? Oh, man. Shout out to Astrid. I haven't seen her in a minute, but I know she's probably still playing. But, here's the thing about a lot of OTC traders, especially people who begin. Sometimes they end up going into a losing streak, so they disappear for a couple months. And that might be her situation. And then eventually something happens where it's either a life situation or they watch a motivational video or something happens where it's like, okay, shit, I'm going to go out here and make some fucking money. And then they come back. I'm not saying that that's her situation. It could be. RCHA. This is another stock we talked about not too long ago. Did a nice little run, but again, it looks like dilution and selling got to you. RCHA. All right. CBRR. Let's look at AMMJ. This was AMMJ. It's a really quiet, one of those really quiet kind of OTC plays. Again, I don't know how extensive their reach in the cannabis space is. But I mean, great share structure. They got their own fans. You can check out Investors Hangout. They got their fan club. I mean, they really have a fan club. It looks like it's breaking out here. Looking to possibly retest some all-time highs on AMMJ. All right, recent breakout here for 2017. Got a 2017 breakout here. AMMJ is the ticker, up 15% today. JT said, do not revenge trade. I understand what people have against revenge trading, but sometimes when you just know you're right, you got to have one more try at something. You got to have one more try at something. I'm going to buy a couple puts on Roku when earnings comes back around, because I think it's a shitty product. I really think it's a shitty product. With all the smart televisions and all these software that it's built into these televisions, who the fuck is buying Roku boxes? And they actually came out and said that nobody's buying their product last go around, but they weren't taking as large of a hit as people expected. But I think, again, not to keep talking about it, but I see Roku as very much another Fitbit situation. Another Fitbit situation where guys get really excited about a product, and then when everybody figures it out and there are cheaper options available, and the cheaper options were the fake Chinese watches from, Alibaba and all that shit that are flooding the market. That's what killed Fit. As well, when you look at Roku, it's going to be those Android boxes. Those Android boxes that give you basically everything Roku can give you. And they're doing it for free, for pretty much. So, in due time for Roku, I'm going to be proven right. I don't believe Roku has a $7 billion is worth $7 billion. Where it's trading at now, I think $7 billion valuation. I don't think it's a $7 billion company. Let's keep it going. CNBX. But hey, in the book by Benjamin Graham, Securities Analysis, he talks about that, you know, even though the fundamentals prove everything against where the stock is trading, the fact of the matter is that the market could be so in love with the stock, it could very well trade far beyond its valuation, its true valuation, or what he called its intrinsic value for months or even years. So, you know, I gotta keep that on my mind. CNBX up 33% today on CNBX. At this point, some of these marijuana stocks, they're just so far overextended. You know, now it's just you just gotta have to wait till they come down the elevator, because it's blown right past you. All right, it's blown right past you. You're gonna get a red day sooner or later. But I'm telling you right now, some of these companies, especially some of these companies with on the ground, you know, operations, you're not going to get a second attempt at some of these prices, these single digit prices. You know, these sub $1 prices, you're not going to ever see them again. TRTC, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to see sub $1 ever again in TRTC. You're not going to see it again. CBRI, let's look at it. CBRI. Take a look at it. CBRI. Again, the number is 305-600-2896. CBRI, nice move, up 85%. Tell me why. Nice volume today, over 9 million shares. Look like, somebody sent an email or something? Where's the news at? I don't see any news to justify the move. So unless I'm missing something, give me a call. You said the Fire Stick killed Roku? Yeah, Fire Stick, Google, all those guys got better options. They got better options. Better pricing. All right? But again, everything happened in due time. Tops, AWGI. Yeah, get those fucking likes up, guys who can like. TOPS. Look, I think Tops is going into bankruptcy. Mr. Nguyen, I see, you know, why you'd like it here, but I think there's some real fundamental problems with Tops. I think Tops is a bankruptcy play. BVTK. Let me see BVTK. I know some of you guys in here love BVTK. Brave Tech Solutions. Even though it keeps going against you, I don't know what you see in it. They're putting out news like crazy. I mean, they're putting out a lot of news. They've got a lot of, you know, loyal buyers. You know, they get attention, but I mean, look at the chart, my man. I'm not seeing the love. What? Yeah, here we got Watt trying to, you know, the squeeze is real, man. The squeeze is real. We never got a call back from the guy who shorted Watt, if you remember. You know, that's kind of what happens, you know, around here. Guys get it wrong, and you don't hear back from him for a few months. So hopefully he didn't go too big on that short on that first day. You remember he called up, or I think he may have posted in the chat room. He said he was short Watt. So I hope things turned out okay. BVTK dumping paper, yeah. I mean, the death spiral. You know. Let me see. The bands are so damn tight on BVTK. Let me see here, man. But you got the guy who commented just above you. It's dumping paper. Verify that with a quick look at the 10K. But I have no doubt he's right. Because what you're seeing here is just, when I'm looking at some of these candlesticks, especially the red days, you're just looking at very heavy selling. And I don't see the justification for the selling in the news. So that we're basically talking about debt in exchange for cash here. That's obviously going on. All right. So be careful with that, man. GSS. Is it too late to talk about gold? Is it too late to talk about gold? Is gold going to make a comeback? Are we going to see gold be important again? Are we going to see gold be important again? Where are we at on gold right now? 1313. Here's the gold chart. Just tap in the ticker gold on your own trading view. GLD. There we go. Here's GLD. But you guys know I got let me put them on the weekly here. Let me put my weekly chart here on GLD. It's still in the box. All right. Here's GLD on the weekly. Looking for the big move. Looking for the big move on GLD. Got it on the weekly, on the daily as well. But I'm looking for the big move on GLD outside of this space. So a decision's got to be made soon. But right now, solid move over the last several weeks here in GLD from some of these bottoms here. But still doing its thing. Still doing its thing and moving higher. I like it. Still moving its thing going. He said gold will always be important. Kenny Dutton. All right, so still doing its thing on the weekly as well as the daily chart. Let's keep it going. XGTI. All right, going through a lot of tickers. You guys know how we do it on the show. All right, it's your job to do the DD. We come together to get the tickers. All right, CCCR. Bats, I really appreciate you for bringing that to my attention because you have a tendency to get things right big time. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that does. XGTI. This is a stock that spikes up a lot but never holds its gains. A lot of guys have gotten burned on XGTI. A lot of guys have gotten burned on the play. It's just kind of one of those things that's just not my favorite. You know what I mean? I just feel like you can do so much better out there. Batch, he's talking about the ascending wedge breakout. Yep. That's GLD, possibly what could happen there. That's what I'm waiting for. Waiting for that. And it's setting up beautifully on the weekly as well as the daily. Relative says, I will regret not taking a look at AQB. Yeah, we pulled up AQB. Oh, no, hold on. Not this AQB. Hold on. I definitely don't remember pulling this up 152%. All right, so yeah, this was the bigger gainer on the market today. Hold on, though. Wasn't this a chat room pump? Oh, man. Let me make sure that I got my news right on that. Why did AQB run today? Because, follow stock twits and stock twit. A lot of guys, saying a lot of bullshit on stock twits. So you always have to kind of take that on, with a grain of salt. But wasn't this a chat room pump or something like that? Yeah, low flow chat room pump. Because it kept halting. Yeah, because I couldn't see the news. I mean, I didn't spend too much time going through it, but I couldn't find any solid news on AQB. So unless I'm missing something, somebody give me a call. But I'm going to be looking for some shorts tomorrow on this, if there's anything available. If there's anything available, because moves like this, after hours numbers look crazy on it as well. So I don't know what's going on here. Only 300,000 shares traded, which is very high for the stock. I mean, this is a stock that trades only about 20,000 shares. So it looks like clearly something that was just manipulated. Clearly something that was manipulated today. But again, watch the morning, see if you got buyers dumb enough to want $8.99, $9, $10 of this. Because look, Elfin, you had guys dumb enough to buy Elfin, at 75, 80, 85, whatever that high was. So if Elfin can run like that, when the CEO comes out and says this is a $5 company, be careful, AQB. Be careful. All right, let's keep it going. By the way, let me take a look at Elfin, by the way, real quick. Elfin, all right. Elfin was actually up today. I swear sometimes I just don't get people. I don't get people. I don't get people. Don't get it. HMNY. But again, I told you about the Benjamin Graham thing. I'm learning a lot from that book, by the way. Securities Analysis by Benjamin Graham. So many nuggets in that. So many nuggets. HMNY. Nice move here today, HMNY. Yeah, the company, have they explained yet how they're going to make money? I remember talking about that, and so interesting to see an article come out and say, okay, this is how they're going to make money on the million. Because if you remember, that's kind of what I've been harping on so aggressively on HMNY, that once they come out and explain, okay, how are they actually going to make some money on this movie pass? Because if you remember, movie pass was $30 a month. They came out and cut it in half, which cut it by almost $20 to $10 from movie pass, unlimited movies for $10 a month, which they did need to do because they had buyers at $30 for the service. So I didn't understand why they did that, but they did it. And yeah, now they got to explain how they're going to make money on $10. They got to explain how they're going to make money on $10. So we're looking forward to hearing that on HMNY. But they didn't have to cut the price. You had buyers who were happily paying the $30 a month. Cali Rob, you're absolutely right. Don't underestimate the other guy's greed. Straight out of the movie, Scarface. He was bringing up DNF Bob, HMNY, Elfin, AQB. Yeah, all those stocks are all in my opinion. Well, not HMNY, but Elfin and AQB, way overbought. But again, those can stay up high. Those can stay up high for some time. OCSY, Optimum Cyber Systems, 000 stock. Looks like for a couple months there, you were a little bit in the wilderness, but you got some gains today, up 100% on some unusual volume. Do your research on it. Don't know much about it. All right, let's keep it going here. TRVN, Trevena, Biotech, NASDAQ. Looking at this chart, man, this looks like something we're going to see on OTC markets very soon. I don't know what's going on. Let me know, but I'm going to have to flush this one looking at that chart. I'm going to have to flush it, brother. All right. Let's keep it going. DMPI. Looks like you did some recent moves from the lows here. You're back over $1, which can be, a very bullish sign. You're back over $1. Let me put the moving averages back on there to help you out. Okay, sure enough, you're back over the 100 moving average. Let me go zoom in a little bit on it. It's been so beat up, I got to zoom in so far in this thing. Up above the 100 moving average. That's the yellow line I got up there, gold line, whatever color you want to use. Nice move for that. Where are we at on the 200? Where the 200 is? Okay. 200 is at $1.79. Can I get the VWAP on, let's say, an hourly? Okay, that's not pretty much. That's not going to really do us no justice. But can't get VWAP on a daily anyway. But all right, for the most part, just stick with the 100 and see if it can hold that. Today's action on that candlestick shows quite a bit of conviction from buyers. Was there any news on that? See a few things coming out here. Back on the 26th, do your research on it. Looks like it's got a fast track on a product they're working on right now. Do your research on it. What's going on, Andrew? I don't know if anybody read my little article on Advanced Equity Research, my blog on RNVA. RNVA, I called that back on the 21st. You're up. Well, you were. We did get to a high of about 0.042. So we were up for, almost an hour. You were up 100% on your money since I wrote that article. But those of you guys who don't know, former NASDAQ biotech play, they kind of fucked themselves back in January when they ended up buying this closed down hospital. They wrote a lot of paper against it to remodel it, refurnish it, restaff it. They renamed it. The company kindly came out about a month ago or so, came out and said they got approved to accept Medicare and some other private healthcare options. So the hospital is finally back up and running again, getting in receivables from Medicare providers, or healthcare providers, and the company expects this medical center that they spent millions on to generate about $12 million to their bottom line every year. I am still waiting to get those numbers. Obviously, the company will alert us on that progress. But RNVA should be one you should be at least watching. RNVA should be one you should be watching. All right? RNVA. All right? Look at that, man. It's still far away from the 100. Jeez. RNVA. SC Trucker, yes, that hospital in Tennessee. South Fork Medical Center. They renamed it. South Fork Medical Center. I think it's in Tennessee. TXTM. Oh, the other TXTM. Protex Mobility. By the way, this is another former NASDAQ play, now trading on the OTCs. A stock I got a flush was DCTH. Man, we had so many guys who were trying to get people into DCTH. It's always tough to jump in something that you think is going to come back, and then it just does everything to destroy its own progress. A convertible note was the last thing that DCTH needed to do. And it's just sad because I really feel bad for the guys who really thought this was coming back. They really honestly thought this was coming back. You had a lot of guys who were up big. Obviously, they probably sold into the sell-off today on DCTH. But boy, that's, I gotta, unfortunately.
Lose.
Gotta flush you, bro. That's tough. That's tough. Yeah. What else? I see somebody bringing up the DTII SFOR as well. Yeah, I mean, look, all of these defense plays, they're still on the table, and this is probably the best time to buy. You've got some guys who are coming out on YouTube saying Alex Jones. I think it was it the day before Christmas or something? He had this episode titled "We Should Be at War with North Korea in 6 weeks" or something to that extent. Look, I don't want to. I don't want to see this country go to war. I think that's just the last thing we need right now, and let's just focus on making money. You know what I mean? I don't want to see another war break out. But these OTC stocks that are focused on defense, DTII, SFOR, Strikeforce, I think they're at great levels right now. I think this is. Let me go back. SFOR. I know DTII is a solid buy. I got the blue line here, which 0075, which I had marked because I said SFOR would be a great buy under these levels. And I think in hindsight, when we look back 60 days from now, I'm probably going to be right on SFOR. I got a lot of money tied up in other places, but I think this is a great buy. SFOR as well as DTII. They're both two OTC defense stocks that people like to buy that have, for the most part, real, operations. I think DTII has actually had some defense contracts where they've actually, gotten some deals from the federal government. So, but again, both of them are stocks traders like to buy. KTOS, yeah, KTOS. As the Kratos, right? Yeah, Kratos, KTOS, Boeing. Those are some of the other ones that you want to buy when the shit pops off. But again, I don't want to see the shit pop off. Man. We just got marijuana in Cali. The last thing I want to see is that state, getting touched by the nuclear bomb. You know what I mean? The last thing I want to see. Because, that's American media. American media has a tendency to want to water down its enemies. And from what I know about Korean people, they're very, very smart. And North Korea is a poor country, but I don't doubt the North Korean ability to create a bomb to reach us. Anyway, let's keep it going. KTOS, what else we got here? WSHE before we close out for the night. eDebit Global. What was the name of that cannabis company that was a payments solution provider? Does anybody remember that one? I know somebody here knows about it. Supposedly they were a payments solution provider. How are some of the? I gotta call management at TRTC because I want to know how are they taking payments for their products. Are they using PayPal? Are they using Square? How are they taking payments? Because last I checked, these banks don't want anything to do with these cannabis companies. 747, you're on the air. What's going on?
Hi, Sal. How are you doing?
Doing good. Who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Ryan.
All right, Ryan, what you got for us, man?
Okay, well, I've been looking at my stocks recently, and like around a year ago, taking your advice, I invested into USDI.
Okay.
And I put around like $3,000 into it.
Okay.
And what happened is initially I bought it at 0015.
Okay.
And what happened was that it went down. It went like 30-50% down.
Yeah.
And 0015.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so what happened was just now it just skyrocketed these past couple of days, this week, and it's really gone up around like I've gotten my return as well as then some. I was wondering right now, should I wait or should I just sell right now?
Well, the fact that you had bought at 0015 and you were in the red for most of the year until recently, I would have definitely had, if you had asked me this a couple of days ago, I would have told you, or even earlier today, I would have told you to take that top today. above 0020. I mean, obviously, I would have taken all that money out because you had been in the red for so long. Now, here's the deal. It pulled back today. At the end of the day, I still think you're going to go back and touch, 0030. But man, you've been holding on to that, to a bag for quite a while. Can you tell me why didn't you take profits, when you were sitting on, quite a bit of, actually double your money for a while?
Hold up. Let me check when I bought it. I think I might have given you the wrong number of when I bought it. Just give me 1 second over here. Yeah, so I bought it at 0015. I'm still up like a cool 10% right now.
Yeah.
So right now, that's my predicament of like whether to sell and just take that profit or wait, because I don't know whether it's going to go up or down at this point.
Sure.
I've been in the red for most of the year.
Yeah, it's been red for most of the year. But I mean, obviously though the stock was higher though. Can I just ask, like, why didn't you? I'm just curious what your mindset was when you saw it a lot higher than where it is now. Like, why didn't you sell at that point? I'm just curious.
What do you mean by 0033?
Yeah, when it got to those highs, because I know I'm sure you looked at it. What was going through your mind at those levels?
I was hoping it was going to go higher than that, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And I just got like ice water splashed onto my face right now.
Right. Obviously. You know what? I think you get dip buyers coming in the morning, and just because I want you out of that, because you've been holding for so long, I want you to sell in the morning, and I want you to take that profit. I think you get dip buyers in the morning tomorrow on the stock. You still got a lot of the catalysts of, California, everything, and the approval and all of that. But I would, if I'm you, I'd take the profit tomorrow. But I just hate the fact that you had the opportunity to get more and you didn't take that advantage. But it is what it is. It was a learning lesson. I think you take that profit tomorrow, and then you start looking at opportunities to find some of the more reputable, stocks that are probably going to be selling off based on the fact that they have run so much. So I think you can look at some of the other marijuana plays like TRTC, SRNA, and some of the other ones that are going to sell off over the next couple of days and give you an opportunity to get, some cheap shares while you still have an opportunity.
All right. Thank you for that advice, and I'll definitely take your advice.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for the call. Yeah, I mean, he went through, what everybody goes through. I mean, when they're sitting on profits and, you've been holding for a while, the stock's been against you for a while, and now you're up, your mind starts to create scenarios. I just wanted him to say it. And he was smart enough to admit, what we all knew happened. So he's a smart trader, and he's going to be all right. Yeah. I would take that money and get into some of these other plays, that are going to pull back and give you an opportunity to get them. When I'm telling you right now, when December, November comes around and we're back looking forward to 2019, we're going to be sitting on some incredible gains in the marijuana sector. It's going to be an incredible year for marijuana, man. Because I honestly, people think are really sleeping on the kind of effect that cannabis is going to have on the state, on the revenue side, retail side, research. I think people are sleeping, man. They're sleeping. What do I think about the news on USEI? Yeah, that's a buy opportunity. But you had guys sell on the news today. Relative is talking about the fact that USEI came out and said they're going to do a dividend. But, I mean, guys are going to take advantage to sell on that news. But, again, USEI is going to be higher by the end of the year. But I want him out of the position and into some other things because he's been locked into that for so long. I can understand if he said he bought it today or on yesterday. I'm assuming not yesterday, but last week, and I would probably say, yeah, do yourself a favor and see what comes of it. But he's been in it for multiple months. Multiple months. I want you out of there. PHOT. And it's one thing to be in a stock that's been going up for multiple months, but you've been in a stock for multiple months and it's been losing. I want you out. PHOT Grow Life. PHOT Grow Life. Yeah, it's another one that's, it's done its thing. It's done its thing. All right. Wait for an opportunity to get. You're probably going to get it back in the twos again. But again, do your research on how extensive their operations are, because I'm going to repeat it over and over again on the show tonight. You're not going to see these OTC stocks at the levels where they're going to pull back to ever again. The reputable ones, you're not going to see these stocks back at these levels. When SRNA pulls back, probably to 20 cents maybe. When TRTC pulls back, to 40 or 35, you're gonna that's it. You're gonna get that move, and then that's it. Boom. That's it. It's gonna be game over. ACBFF 500 million in assets. ACBFF has 500 million in assets. You got to be careful on some of the valuations there, because a lot of them, they can decide how much it is. I mean, when you're talking about some of these balance sheets, when you're talking about where they put at other current assets box, right? On the other current assets box, they can literally give a computer, hey, that's a $20,000 computer, and put it on the line. I mean, these are unaudited statements. So, does ACBFF have $500 million worth of assets? Then now we're talking about a company that's trading below book, if that's what you're trying to say. If we're trading below book right now at $9 a share, so how much is the company worth? 20, 30, so just take it with a grain of salt, man. Take it with a grain of salt when you have those kind of valuations on assets, and focus carefully on what are they saying is worth that much, Let's keep it going. All right. Couple more tickers and then we'll end the show. Couple more tickers will end the show. Didn't talk too much about crypto today. Crypto, at the end of the day, look, Ripple is a champion right now. It's running like a champ. Where is Ripple at right now? 225 here on Kraken. I don't know what Coinbase is waiting for. I mean, what are they waiting for? Add Ripple to the fucking Coinbase already. What are they waiting for? Disastrous decision to add Bitcoin Cash, which I thought was fucking retarded. For them to do. Just felt like there were just so many better options than Bitcoin Cash. You had a lot of people lose a lot of money in Bitcoin Cash when that came out, because they bought at the highest, because that's what you do on Coinbase. But add Ripple to fucking Coinbase. Somebody's got to get that to their management team or whatever. GBLX. Yeah, a lot of traders like GBLX. It's another one of those cannabis science plays. GBLX 102. If you miss GBLX, OWCP, very, somewhat similar, but I think they're more alike than they are different. OWCP and GBLX. All right. OWCP, if you've kind of been late on the move. GBLX is higher. Nice move on that. Got to as high as $1.10 today. GBLX. ERBB, American Green. I wasn't the biggest fan of American Green. I know I had said that on the show just because the whole like buying the city thing for $5 million, and the city is it's in a dry county. I just thought it wasn't a smart move, but look, it's for the short-term play. It made sense to some traders out there, and congrats to your gains. But I just think that was a disastrous move long-term for them, unless that changes. Unless it's no longer a dry county, which could happen once these counties start seeing what kind of money that they're missing out on. But how long is that going to take? We don't know. USMJ, yeah, you still got dry county. I just can't. Why? Why would you do that? Why would you miss out on the kind of money you need? And I bet it's one of those counties that doesn't have shit going for itself. It's always that one county, or those counties. They ain't got shit going for themselves. They got a 6, or 6 or 7 board, county election kind of bullshit. You know what I mean? Everybody knows everybody. When everybody graduates high school, they leave town. Kind of one of those places. USMJ 0009 looks okay. Looks like you're working your way out of that. USMJ lottery pick stock not too long ago, working its way out of those lows. Now at 0009. CNBX, loading tomorrow. Let's take a look at that, and then I'll ring the bell. CNBX. CNBX. Up 33% today. Yeah, we took a look at that one up. This is crazy on CNBX. Looking like a short now. Looking like a good short on CNBX right now. But be careful on that one, because we've seen 99 on the RSI here in the show as well. So it could very well go higher. We had Mr. Lloyd call up. Mr. Lloyd talked about how Robinhood introducing options. They're already making moves, and I should have said that when he called. They're already making moves. I mean, they already got, now, what's this company? Tastyworks? Tasty Trade, which owns Tastyworks. They came out and announced unlimited options for $10. So if you got less than 10 contracts, it's still $1 an option. But now unlimited option contracts, $10 flat. $10 flat. Unlimited option contracts. That is a game changer. I mean, that means you can go months out. I mean, some of these way out of the money calls or way out of the money puts that are dirt cheap that you think could possibly become in the money opportunities, that for you to really make bank, it makes sense for you to go in and buy goddamn 100 contracts of the shit. That's a game changer for those kind of moves. It's a game changer for trading, period, because a lot of guys buy more than 10 contracts at a time, depending, of course, on, the stock we're talking about. But when you're talking about some of these ETFs, like the Qs, like the SPYs of the world, the XLFs of the world, GLDs, and guys buy more than 10 contracts. Guys buy a lot more than 10 contracts. So that lowers the price for them, and Tastyworks has decided to move in that direction. And I don't doubt that you're going to see Charles Schwab and all these other ones. They're going to make some moves as well, too. They're going to make some moves. I don't think we're going to see an end of the broker. I think you're always going to need brokers. I don't see these exchanges going into the brokerage business. But they're going to have to change the way they do business, because I don't know how they're going to make money in that low fee environment. So you're either going to have to raise fees for management in terms of guys who are working with a shitload of cash who need management of their funds, or they're going to have to do something to make money. You know. All right, let me go ahead and ring the bell, folks. Great show tonight. Great show tonight. I will be back, as you all know, same time, same place. Tomorrow, I broadcast Monday through Thursday. I'm thinking about doing a quick update on PRED for the night. I'm still thinking about it. Where's my bell at? There we go. Let's go ahead and ring the bell for tonight's show. Nice show tonight, guys. Appreciate all my callers. You can't go through every ticker. Can't go through every ticker, you know. Shout out to Bad Scientist. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the PDT. I think the PDT is going to be disappearing. I don't see the PDT rule surviving much longer. I don't see the PDT rule surviving much longer. You know. I don't see it surviving much longer. You know. So, in fact, that could be something that could come up this year. You know. I had a guy talk about 24-hour trading. That's not going to happen. 24-hour trading is not going to happen because at the end of the day, you know, the market's fucking rigged. All right, it's fucking rigged, and you know, even cheaters got to sleep. So 24-hour trading ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Shout out to all the guys in the chat room. DJ Young, Kenny Dutton, No Place Like New York City. Appreciate you, man. John Rambo, Kelly Robb, Longdale Carter, Ann Bullard. Happy New Year to you, and I appreciate you so much. Abu Kamara, appreciate you, man. Shout out to everybody who pressed like, all the subscribers. If this your first time watching rather, click subscribe. Sign up to my OTC Stock Picks Alerts service. No more emails. I'm going to send out one more email, which is basically going to say, hey, sign up to my OTC. You know, nobody's fucking checking emails. And I sent out my last email. I looked it up. It was like a 33% open rate. I'm like, good God, man. Nobody's opening their email. And admittedly, I do it too. Nobody fucking checks their email anymore. You know, you're only looking for like that one thing like you're signing up to or you're personally expecting, but other than that, it's, you know, you're not even checking the shit. You're not even deleting. You don't even have a reason to delete shit anymore now because they give you so much goddamn space. So sign up to my OTC Alerts service, absolutely free of charge. All right. Parker Mills, yeah, I didn't get a clown caller. So until then, Gucci, SC Trucker, thank you, man. Parker Mills, Dawn Elise, thank you, Dawn. Jeff the Marine Thayer, appreciate you, man. Andrew, thank you. Thriller Ali. Happy New Year to all of you and your families. I wish you guys much success in 2018. I really do. We're going to be here to watch it. There were 255 trading days yesterday. I know 251 trading days last year. I had 255 shows. So I'm going to keep abreast with the market. I think I got to do a better job of figuring out what's really running and what's going to stay running. So, all right, guys. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Take care, everyone. Till tomorrow.